Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. 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 Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Everybody, and welcome to another episode now. Shall we start calling this episode of Mercedes Dialogues? I have with me the Managing Director and CEO of Mercedes-Benz India, Mr. Roland Folger.
Nice to meet you.
You love this, don't you?
Yes. I enjoyed that very much.
Yes, because this is the chance that he has to speak to all of you directly, answer all the questions that you've asked on Mercedes-Benz India social media pages, and he's ready to answer. Yes. Are you ready?
Perfect. Yes, of course.
Okay, let's go. So question 1 comes from Shiva Kumar in Chennai. He says, Dear Roland, happy to see lots of variants of Mercedes-Benz cars entering the Indian shores. Could you tell us when and what we could expect from the C-Class Cabriolet?
Oh,
when?
Of course. When now today, because this is basically the official launch date of the C-Class Cabriolet. Yes. And to say we have been waiting for this event would be really underestimating the impact. No, we have been really waiting for this beauty. I've seen it 2-3 years ago already when we were visiting Germany, and it's a perfect car. It also symbolizes something really novice and really interesting for us, because going into variants and basically creating a halo effect for our cars through such exceptional design vehicles like a C-Class Cabriolet, together with the S-Class Cabriolet, is really moving forward our brand. So yes, to answer the question again, we are launching it now. It's starting to be available now, and we're more than happy to basically share that with our customers around India. Yes, and he says, what can we expect from it? So what's the one feature that we can expect from it? The one feature, it's the most extreme and compact version of a full-fledged cabriolet as a full-fledged four-seater, giving you basically the seating room and space of a four-seater, also in the back of the car. And it's a nice, small, compact, lightweight, so it's really driver-oriented. Lovely car. Really, really special. I know you're dying to drive the car. Actually, I do. So, why is the C-Class Cabriolet priced as it is? What is the leg space like at the rear? Well, the car is always priced at a level, because we need to get it from Germany. The price is rather fixed. Then we add the local taxes here in India, and that's why we have now reached a level of 60 lakhs, is what we communicated today at Showroom Delhi. Yep. It's not certainly on the cheap side, but then again, our dream cars, from our perspective, should never be on the dream side. They should be aspirational vehicles. Absolutely. And what about the leg space in the rear? The leg space in the rear is comparative to a C-Class as well. Okay. Yeah. So it's still comfortable also for grown-ups. It's not just a child seat. It's also available for grown-ups, yes. All right. So that question came in from Rakesh Kapoor in Mumbai. Thank you for that question. Next, we have Sridhar Venkatacharya from Chennai. And he says, while I consider cabriolets romantic, in a tropical place like India, specifically Chennai, do you think that cabriolets would be the preferred category for Benz customers? I would never want to call them really the preferred category. Because of the weather, climate, and climate conditions here, it's just not as attractive to always drive with an open top when it's so hot, especially during daytime. But frankly speaking, a lot of people that I've met through my travels and working in other countries as well are choosing the convertibles and the cabriolets not only for their romantic benefits, but actually also because they are nice race driving cars. There's nothing better than to feel wind rushing through your hair, basically when you're out there with a small compact car, just like the C-Class here, and enjoying fresh air from the outside.
Yes.
And yes, there are certainly some places in India that lend itself better than what we maybe have here in Delhi at the moment, but I think that's why we're working on cleaning up the air as well.
Yes, it's very important to us.
Absolutely.
So Girish from Mumbai, your question is, in cities like Delhi and Mumbai where the pollution levels are high, not many convertibles are popular and are rarely seen on the roads. What is that special aspect due to which you feel this model will change the opinions of prospective owners in spending their money on a cabriolet?
Well, again, vehicles are not driven only in one space. And I completely agree that with weather conditions the way they are at the moment and emission conditions, it's not certainly people's favorite pastime now to go out and drive open. But there is people that do running. There is people that go out and do their exercises and continue to do that. And even a vehicle, I mean, if you would go to the worst conditions at the moment here, you would still be able to drive that vehicle open at night maybe, at a preferential time. I just wouldn't do it at this time of the year, notably here. But there are other areas. Yeah. But if you go, for instance, to the place where I come from, Pune, perfect conditions at the moment. Evening temperatures dropping down to 20, 25 degrees. Very, very pleasant there. So please move to Pune.
No. Then there's going to be a lot of pollution there. Enjoy Pune and the fresh air that you have there.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, the next question is from Pune.
Good.
Shivram Apte, he says, hello, I've been an owner of a C200 since December 2014. I'm considering buying a sports car in the near future. My question is, can I expect the Mercedes-Benz cabriolets to be as reliable as my C200?
Good question. Thank you very much for that. Basically, it enables me to talk a little bit about quality and principles of quality, assurance of quality. And I would say that you will not be able to detect any kind of differences in the quality of our vehicles between the different versions that we offer. It's simply truly not our nature to make a difference there. Some vehicles have more challenges than others, so cabriolets especially normally are from a noise perspective level. If you take them to higher speeds on top of 150 kilometers, for instance, you will have more noise level internally. Yes. That is a normal downside, which you should know if you buy a cabriolet. But again, from my perspective, and especially for aficionados of the brand and people that look for performance cars, there's nothing better than the feeling of driving a sporty car like our C-Class Cabriolet open. The feeling is so completely different and enjoyable.
I would have to tie my hair though.
Yes, that would help.
Yes, that would definitely help.
And a cap will also do.
So up next we have Shilpa from Bangalore who says, hello Mr. Folger, we would like to know why Mercedes is expensive in comparison to other cars in the same segment. What is the value addition over others if I buy a Mercedes?
The first thing that comes to mind in that respect is that we try to put everything into our vehicle from a safety perspective, from a environmentally conscious aspect, and that does not only include how do we clean the air that comes out of our vehicle or emissions, it also includes what kind of material are we using inside our vehicle and how environmentally conscious is that. So all things thrown together, we try to achieve a maximum in that respect. And our motto, the best or nothing, has always been driving us to a certain degree also into higher costs that we have to accept. I think the beauty of our offering at the moment is that for the money that you pay for our vehicle, you get more than anywhere else. Yeah? And you need to naturally take into consideration not just when you purchase the vehicle, and some manufacturers, other manufacturers throw high discounts. Basically, our strategy is to convert the higher price level and the premiums that we're asking in the marketplace into a better offering. And whether that is, for instance, longevity of the vehicle, meaning Mercedes-Benz, and you can see that on the road at every given day.
Yes.
Mercedes-Benz vehicles are driven longer than any other vehicle that is out there. You can also see the high resale value that our vehicles are commanding. And in order to support our own claims, we have now just introduced also very highly attractively priced service packages that basically also support our claim that our vehicles are better from the get-go than anything that is out there in the marketplace.
Awesome. So I hope that answered your question, Shilpa. Moving on, we've got Paresh from Pune. His question is, how does brand Mercedes stand out from the rest? What makes it so different?
That goes in a similar direction, I would say.
I would agree.
And but also it gives me a chance to elaborate a little bit more, because basically our concern is that we, to the distinguished customer, to the people who can also appreciate the differences that we create, that for these customers we have the perfect offering. Yeah. So if you come to us expecting the big discounts, this is not the brand that is for you. We believe that by offering a proper product that gives you all the safety features that you can expect in a car like that, by giving you the chance to drive the vehicle at high speeds without any risks, with all the money that we also pour into investing into even futuristic safety features inside the vehicle, the breakthroughs that we have concocted in the past as far as also safety features is concerned, all of these things naturally cost money. So you will get these features in our vehicles usually first, and hopefully also they are the most quality conscious as well. This is our brand promise. This is what we try to live up to. Let's not forget the service side as well, because we have a whole network of dealers out there, also in India.
Yes.
With 87 outlets in the meantime, we have reached a level that nobody is offering at the moment. So actually, wherever you are in India, there is a Mercedes dealer close by, at least closer than any other competitors, which also means for us that we have to train all of these people. We have to train their personnel. We need to bring them in and basically create a continuous learning journey throughout their lives to basically also keep up with the higher demands of our customers.
And maintain your standards always.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. So next up, we have Vishal Jadhav. He's from Jalgaon. He says, sir, firstly, I want to say good day.
Good day.
How have you maintained the quality of Mercedes over the years?
Well, I'm happy to say I've been with the company now since 1979, and for me it's still staggering, and I've worked in various parts of the company, product management, very close to the production processes, other areas and avenues as well, and it's for me really intriguing to see how much we have been able to basically improve on the quality of our vehicles. And I'm happy to say that even after nearly 40 years with the company now, the vehicles that we are producing now, in spite of their complexity, in spite of all the demands that we have in selling basically to worldwide markets around the globe, we have the best quality that we've ever had. And we measure that ourselves naturally internally. So there is two factors, two KPI areas that we're always looking at. Our internal checks and balances, where we have certain measurements on quality. And this is where we year over year see how we reach better levels and bring down quality issues and concerns on our vehicles. And the second one is we have just for the second time in a row now in India actually received feedback from the customers through JD Power, which does a completely external and independent research. And we for the second time in a row have come #1 in the luxury car segment for our after-sales service. So that's also a very good signal and feedback from our customers out there that they're more than happy with our cars and our quality than with anybody's else.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So up next we have MD Shetty from Bangalore, and he says, which Mercedes car in the range of 50 to 65 lakhs is best suited for Indian roads?
Like I said before, the quality is a natural concern for us to be maintained at the highest possible level. For us, that means also that we cannot make a difference whether you buy an A-Class, a B-Class, a GLA, a CLA from us, or whether you buy an S-Class Maybach from us,
Yes.
there cannot be a difference in the basic quality and functionality of the vehicle. So that should not be a concern for everybody. But if you're in a budget range of 50 to 65 lakhs, naturally that gets you into the C-Class ranges. But you could also look, or even up to the E-Class range. You could also look at the used S-Class. So the question is not so much what specific vehicle do you look for. If you look at your budget, and if you then look at what kind of vehicle do you really need, and if it's like for long distance driving, I would certainly rather recommend a used S-Class than, for instance, a brand new E-Class.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's a customer's choice. Go and see one of our dealers and they will be able to help you.
This is actually a very interesting perspective on how one should buy the car, because very often people think, oh no, I need just a car that fits into this budget, or I just like SUVs, so I want an SUV.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is also specific to Indian roads.
And Indian roads, naturally, the question is always where on Indian roads, because there is also a huge difference between Indian roads. I've just been for the launch of the GLC to Coorg. In these mountain sides, you have a completely different driving requirements than you have on daily city roads. And if you compare that again with Chennai, you will easily realize that between inner city driving, outer city driving, long distance driving, you have completely different requirements.
Yeah.
But basically speaking, all of our vehicles are made for Indian roads. So there should not be a difference. We put a lot of emphasis in making sure that the vehicles that we produce are ideal for Indian roads as well. And yes, I think actually our success gives credibility to that statement.
Absolutely agree with you there. I hope you've got your answer. Now, Rishabh Kumar Singh from Jamnagar says, which Mercedes-Benz brings a smile on your face?
I would love to say always the last one that we introduced, but there are vehicles that bring more smile than maybe others. It depends again of what you're driving. Here in India, we are mainly chauffeur-driven, and that means that feeling of you coming out of an airport, and it's very busy, very noisy, very hot, the air is bad. And then you step up into an S-Class, and you close the door behind you, and you settle in there, and you have all your creature comforts, and the quietness suddenly, that is something that makes me feel utmost relaxed, and then after a short while also produces that smile on your face.
And just for fun, which one brings a smile to your face?
Just for fun, it's usually roadsters.
Okay.
Like especially SLC, the SLC 43 that we recently launched is certainly one of the cars that when you're actively driving yourself on a nice country road, open-topped, not much better than
like
that.
we see in the beautiful Mercedes-Benz advertisements.
That could have been me. Yeah.
Oh, could have been me too, but
no such luck, so.
No, not yet.
Coming.
Soon. So we've got Rajavel Kanayan from Tiruchirappalli, and the question is, the first thing which comes to mind when I think of cabriolet cars in a country like India is the nature of the soft top, durability of which it withstands the extremes of temperature, and the ability to hold good air conditioning within the car. And second, he says, is the safety issues of the crosswind effect. Since it's from Mercedes, we are even considering a cabriolet. So a big cheers to the GLS. He's having too much fun with it.
That's good to hear. That's excellent to hear. Actually, and I understand where the concerns come from, which in the past was always a reason why we also offered hardtops as a solution to our convertibles. But what we do, and if you look at the complexity of how do we design our roofs on the cabriolet side, it's first of all a multi-layer approach.
Okay.
Because in India you have only one problem, and that is heat. Yeah? In other countries where you have more extreme weather conditions, you have the heat in the summertime and the cold and the snow and the rain in the wintertime. So it's even more difficult to manage both of them. In order to get there, what we have are several layers, insulation layers that make sure none of the heat from the outside transfer really into the vehicle. And because and the other way around as well, you
Yes.
don't lose a lot of air conditioning and the cool air from the inside to the outside either, unless you drive open.
Yeah.
But then that's a different choice. Now, in addition to that, there is the safety concern, and there was always in the past the concern that somebody can just take a knife and cut it open or something like that. That's why we have also a layer of Kevlar inside that roof that makes it practically impossible to cut it with a knife or even to punch through. Robbing would be something that needs to be deterred as well. So all in all, from a noise level, from an insulation level, I think the present level of cabriolets have reached a level that is as close to hardtops as you possibly can get.
All right.
But you still have the issue of weight reduction. You have the possibility to drive open-topped, and also in case of an accident, let's not forget, that's why the shape is so peculiar. Even if you have, let's say, a rollover, the height of the A-pillars in the front and the rear shape of your trunk area will always protect all of the passengers internally to the maximum effort. So even if you do a rollover and you would be open, the heads would not be able to touch the ground. That's the basic principle also of the cabriolets now.
Wow.
We'll try to think of everything.
You really do. Now let's see who is up next. We've got Nandesh from Bangalore, and he says, what's the 2020 strategy for Mercedes-Benz and their car portfolio in India?
Even if we had finalized that one yet, I wouldn't be able to tell. Because frankly speaking, we don't put our competitors' noses into what we're going to launch in the next 2 years. But we definitely have a game plan where we will continue with our strategy that we have defined at the moment, where we will continue with bringing the newest vehicles to the Indian marketplace. We have now to see what is the next step from the government side as far as environmental control is concerned, which would open us, if it works the way we expect it to be, it would open up the door for us to bring in completely new drivetrains, whether it's electric, whether it's hybrids and so forth. So both on the drivetrain side as well as into additional vehicles, I think we have a lot more going for us in the next 3 years.
Exciting times ahead.
Definitely.
So, Amit Sharma from Pune says, Dear Roland, I am Amit from India. I'm 39 and a computer engineer. I've been owning a Mercedes-Benz car since my childhood. I plan to make my dream come true. Oh, sorry. He says he's been dreaming of owning a Mercedes-Benz car since his childhood, and he plans to make his dream come true. He will appreciate it if Mercedes-Benz can help him achieve this dream by introducing financial schemes where Indians can pay longer EMI tenures, say for 10 years.
This is something that we're actually working on. We have started that when we launched the last special E-Class offering in the course of this year. And we had a special program to also support that. It was also something that we replicated then on social media, wishing for a star, and where we supported that with the E-Class.
Yes.
But the idea actually from our side is that we're looking together with our partners from the Mercedes Bank, DFS, that are based in Chennai, into possible better solutions as well. We have not yet reached that level of 10 years. But I think our biggest offering at the moment is 7 years financing scheme.
Okay.
And it's only that if you are looking into the repayment periods, actually it is better if you take a shorter period.
Okay.
In order to make it financially more viable, a longer period like 10 years is not going to give you such an attractive offer than, for instance, a 7-year period.
All right.
But talk to our dealers, approach our dealers. There's a lot of interesting packages that we have at the moment in the workings, and that we basically are able to provide. Combine that also with our service packages. You have, together with the warranty, basically a completely worrisome, worry-free ownership experience.
Yes.
That we especially have developed for those customers who do not want to expose themselves to any kind of risk or higher costs than they might want to anticipate.
Correct. Okay, so let's see who's next. Hamza Khan from Mumbai. What plans does Mercedes have for the future of transportation, hybrids, self-driven vehicles? And we would surely like to see an SLS AMG e-cell kind of vehicle if it's happening. Can you tell us when? Something to beat the BMW i8.
Okay. Well, actually we had already an SLS E version. It was produced in limited amounts in order to show what could we do on the existing platforms already. But then again, I'm not personally a friend of these iconic, stand out alone and then sell it for 2 months and then forget about it again.
Yeah.
For me, the importance of future transportation is too high, and the responsibility that we have as a manufacturer is too much that we could just simply, find these quick and dirty solutions. We need sustainable vehicles that, with new drivetrains, whether electric, whether it's hybrid, plug-in hybrid, range extenders, what have you, any of these systems need to be out there sustainably and not just as a one-off. Yeah. We are working at the moment, and if you've been watching Paris, we have introduced a new concept which we call the EQ, which is a completely new sub-brand for Mercedes-Benz that is finding solutions and is developing solutions in a time frame of the next 2 to 3 years in coming out with new drivetrains and solutions that we have not seen anywhere from Mercedes in the past.
Okay.
So it's going to get even more exciting along those lines.
I'll say absolutely. Okay, doesn't look like we have too much time left, so I'm going to try and go as quickly as I can through all of these. Nakul Kate from Mumbai. How do you compare the Mercedes Cabriolet range to the Audi range?
Well, in the meantime, what we have achieved is with the SLC 43, with the now newly introduced C Cabriolet, with the existing E Cabriolet and the S Cabriolet, there's nobody out there that has a larger range of vehicles in the Cabriolet versions available. That being said, we are happy with the price positioning. We're starting at 60 lakhs.
Yes. With
the C-Class Cabriolet. More than happy to see now that customer hopefully will be streaming into our dealerships asking for the vehicles. It's truly a fascinating product that we have launched now, and with the overall package, I think we can basically satisfy all needs that potential customers out there that are in the market for a Mercedes-Benz Cabriolet that they could possibly have.
Absolutely. And hey, it's Mercedes-Benz at the end of the day. It's only the best, nothing but the best. Okay, Apurva Malkan from Mumbai says, which are the new upcoming models? How excited are you about the 2017 lineup?
The 2017 lineup is going to be most likely one of our most important lineups for the future of the company as well. We are launching a very, very exciting new product. Of course, we're not going to be able to talk about this today and now. Again, we want to do another launch like we did today for the Cabriolets. But from our perspective, yes, the next year is always the most important one.
Yes, it's going to be very exciting because I know what's coming.
Then you know more than I do.
So Gaurav from Pune says, hi, I'm one of the prospective buyers of a Mercedes-Benz. I'd like to know if you have some plans to target potential aspirants or future-ready customers. Aiming to own one myself, I'd be happy if you could share your view.
I think especially for the more price-sensitive customer range, we have newly introduced what we call the new compact cars, predominantly A-Class, B-Class, GLA, CLA, with very attractive financing programs as well, which should, from our perspective at least, take care of customers that are more price-sensitive but still have the urge and the interest in buying into the Mercedes-Benz brand due to the high level of resale value and service that you can get at our dealerships. We have 2 dealers now in Pune as well, so you have even the agony of choice which dealer you want to hitch up with. They're both good dealers, otherwise they wouldn't be with us.
Exactly, there we go. So our next question is from Mayur Sharma in Chandigarh. He says, what is the one thing that gives all Mercedes-Benz automobiles their character?
Basically, it goes back to the initial philosophy of Mercedes-Benz of producing nothing but the best. And I believe in the meantime, what we have added to that extremely successfully is a very, very outstanding and distinguished design language. Whether that's internally, externally, the vehicles stand out in a crowd. They don't look like any other vehicle out there. Maybe a few years later when others start to copy us. But predominantly, I think it's the combination of trying to get the utmost out of a present product offering, cost structures given, new developments, bringing new technologies to the automotive field as well. All of these things together give us an edge over everybody else. And now with the newest offering also on the electrically powered vehicle side, that will come in the next 2 to 3 years. I think we have an excitement and a very, very highly engaging product portfolio that will make our offerings in the marketplace even more attractive.
Absolutely. And you know what else gives you guys an edge over everybody else?
Which is?
The fact that you sit here and you take people's questions directly.
Oh, okay. If that helps.
Of course it does.
I'm looking forward to the next one then.
Does this? Me too. Thank you so much, Roland Folger. It's a pleasure to have you answering everybody's questions. Thank you all so much for sending in your questions across our social media pages. So until the next time.
See you soon again.
See you soon
Looking
again.
forward to it. Bye
See
then.
you.
Take care.
Bye.
Time to look up again. The new C-Class Cabriolet. Time to look up again. The new C-Class Cabriolet.